going on, guys? Stevie here with Lucky Crit, and today we have the 0.41 update for Pokemon GO. Let's see what they changed, let's see what's been fixed, and let's see what's new to the game. Right off the bat, we have the catch bonus. Trainers can earn a catch bonus for a Pokemon type as they catch more of a specific type. So, if you have the medals for catching specific types of Pokemon, whether it's the bronze, the silver, or the gold, those are going to give you bonuses now when you go out to catch those specific types of Pokemon. So, if you have the bronze water medal, you're going to gain a plus 1% catch rate when catching water Pokemon. The silver one is going to give you a plus 2%, and the gold one is going to give you a plus 3% respectively. So now it's going to be a little bit easier to catch wild Pokemon with a slight little bonus to that catch rate, so that's pretty awesome. So if you catch a lot of water Pokemon around you, it's only natural that you'd be a lot better at catching those Pokemon. So this is a nice little quality of life update that I think is going to be really great when it comes to catching a lot of those standard Pokemon that tend to be kind of annoying sometimes. Like, I don't anticipate spending 5 Pokeballs on Rattatas as much anymore, so that's going to be cool. Updated gym training. Trainers can now bring 6 Pokemon to battle at friendly gyms. The CP of the Pokemon you are battling may be temporarily adjusted lower for your training session. So instead of battling gyms with the one Pokemon to train it up to raise that prestige, and instead of, finding the sort of half or lower CP of that Pokemon in order to get the max prestige that you can get from training the gym, now you can actually bring all 6, and the defending Pokemon will be adjusted toward that. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I believe that the new prestige calculation for the gym now bases it on the highest CP Pokemon in your training lineup. Defending Pokemon CP now scales down based on your trainer level. If a Pokemon is higher than your trainer, its CP will scale down to your trainer level plus 2. So that's interesting, and that's going to really change up and switch up how we train gyms. I'll definitely head right out and show you guys how that looks in a little bit. Next up, we've got egg and incubator screens. These will periodically update the distance walked without the trainer needing to close and reopen the screen. So before, if you're taking a look at your eggs page, you actually had to go back and exit out of it and then go back in if you wanted to see any distance changes on those eggs. It didn't actually live update like in front of you. So now apparently it will, which is nice. So you're not going to have to constantly exit and reopen that screen if you want to check on your egg distances while you're walking around. They've also fixed several audio issues. Now, I have been waiting for this one for so long. Yesterday in particular was probably the worst day that I've ever had with the audio issues. So if you didn't know, I don't think it affected iOS for some reason, but I think it was Android phones. If you got a text or any kind of notification that made a sound while you're playing Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Go sound would just cut out permanently. You would have no sound anymore. It was so annoying when you're trying to battle gyms and things like when you need the actual sound that help you play better with the game. And somebody texts you and you're kind of like, oh. Many times I would get a text message from a friend or something like that and, silently curse their name as I'm trying to battle the gym and see how far I can get. And it's so much harder without the audio. So they've apparently fixed this. I'm going to be testing this out once we open up the app and take a look at it. So we'll definitely check that out and make sure that that's been fixed. And the next thing that they've done is decrease the evolution animation time. So if you're like me, when you're using Lucky Eggs, you kind of always wanted to skip the evolutions because some of them take so long. It was about like 25 seconds, I think, for one animation. And people are now saying that that's anywhere from 20 seconds now or 15 seconds. So I think it's overall like a 30% increase. So you should get 30% more time on your Lucky Egg timer when you're evolving Pokemon. So you're going to be able to get a lot more experience this way. Evolutions are faster, so that's going to be really sweet as well. The last point here is minor fixes. Not sure exactly what they mean about that. It used to be minor text fixes, but I guess that meme is going out the door. People are also saying that the Battles 1 text has now been moved over, so you can actually now read it. Before, it was kind of blocked by the gym training icon in the lower right of the screen. So that's been fixed. That's definitely nice. I was kind of annoyed trying to find my Pokemon stats when looking through gyms. And when you couldn't see it, you basically had to go out of range of the gym to have the training icon disappear so you'd actually be able to see it. So I'm definitely happy with that one. I've also heard that the memory leak is fixed. Apparently something like every 3rd or 4th time people would interact with a gym, the game would crash or it would get really laggy and you weren't able to actually train the gym or battle the gym, whatever you were doing. So the memory leak has apparently been fixed, which is great. So gym battling is going to be a lot better in general. I also want to mention that when encountering a Pokemon, the bonus catch rate medals will be displayed briefly at the top of the screen. So if you have those medals that are going to affect this Pokemon encounter and help you with that 1, 2, or 3% increase, you will see them briefly at the top of the screen come down and disappear. So that's going to be sick as well. There's also a lot of Pokemon Go Plus changes, so those of you who own Pokemon Go Pluses are going to be really happy with this. The interface has been updated with a new plus icon and new notification icon for Pokemon and Pokestops. You can also now select between Pokemon or Pokestops if you only want to do one or the other. which a lot of people were hoping for. So you now have the options to get only notifications about either Pokemon or Pokestops. The Go Plus will not disconnect anymore if you choose to throw the Pokeball yourself. So this has been tested, and before, basically, if you had the Go Plus connected and then you tried to go into the app and catch the Pokemon yourself, it would kind of freak out the Go Plus and disconnect. So that's not a thing anymore. That's awesome, because having to disconnect the Go Plus all the time is really annoying. XP is now updated as soon as possible and shown in the lower left corner. Thank you to the Calm Traveler for that. The Plus notifications are now a lot faster between Pokemon and stops. Before there was a delay of a few seconds, but now the Plus switches to the second Pokemon and stop immediately. Gym battling does not connect the Go Plus. Thanks to Amphetamine, Astronaut, and Duke for that tip. You can now catch Pokemon with the Plus when you're in a regular encounter with another Pokemon. Thank you to Zammy for that one. So this Pokemon Go Plus list was compiled by Reddit user Spider Tots, so thank you Spider Tots for this information. It's definitely going to help out a lot of people. So unfortunately, with another post here on Reddit, it looks like the audio issues will still be present on the Android devices, which is super unfortunate. I'm going to test it out anyway and see if it does kill the game audio, but I was really hoping that that's what they meant with the audio fixes, that they were going to fix this, but I guess not this time. So a new tip I found here on Reddit for training gyms is try keeping the CP of all 6 attacking Pokemon low enough to be below the first defender's CP. Others have found better results with this, suggesting that the prestige is calculated using the highest CP mon in your attacking party, like I said earlier. So thank you to Junkora for that one, and we'll definitely be sure to test some of these out when we head out and experience it for ourselves. So we're going to jump into the game here and take a look at some of these changes. Now first I'm going to go to the egg screen over here. You'll see that the distances here are now blue, and they look a little bit different. So you're going to be able to see this live update if you walk around with the game open, which is pretty sweet. Now, if we take a look at our trainer page, we can see all of the changes that they've done here to the medals. Now, it's no longer displaying the distance right below it or the accomplishment right below it, which kind of stinks because now you have to actually go in and open the page to see it. But you'll see here, here's the +3 bug-type catch bonus that I have because I've caught plenty of bug-type Pokemon, which is pretty cool. So we'll look here. Here is the Hex Maniac catch 50 Ghost-type Pokemon. So I have the +2 when it comes to Ghost Pokemon, which needs to be improved a little bit, but Ghost Pokemon are pretty rare in the first generation. It's pretty much just Ghastly. So I was wondering if they were going to fix any of the location problems. For example, here's a Pokemon that doesn't really seem to know where it was caught in Connecticut. I know where I caught this Pokemon or hatched this Pokemon. I believe this one was Niantic, but that's still not fixed, so we're going to have still some text issues when it comes to the locations of some of these Pokemon. I think like their map or their algorithm or whatever wasn't specific enough to know every little town or province, and that kind of gets confused. So now what I'm going to do is evolve a Pokemon, and we're going to see just how much faster this new evolution animation is. Let's do a Rattata, just for good measure. I did notice this cut a little bit faster to this side view here. Yeah, that definitely seems a little bit faster than it was. So it's just sped up a little bit. I kind of thought it'd be even faster than this actually, but quick attack dig. Anyway. There's an audio glitch there for you. So it's just a little bit faster than the previous one. It's just going to speed up things just a tiny bit, which I like. I do like that. It's going to make Lucky Eggs even better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a website send a text message to my phone, and we're going to see if it breaks the game audio or if this has actually been fixed. But according to some people on Reddit, it hasn't, so let's see. I'm going to raise the audio all the way up. Should have sent. Game audio, broken. Sad day. So now, let's go and head out into the field and test out some of the new gym changes. So there's actually an Oddish here in this parking lot, so we're going to click on it and take a look at that new bonus. Yep, you'll see there in the top, we've got the grass and the poison metals there that are going to help me catch this. So I'm guessing it's going to stack. Is that a 6% bonus? Or is it only 3% at the most? I don't know, but one Pokeball did it. So right now I'm at a Valor gym, and I'm going to take it back for Team Mystic, and then I'm going to train it up. So we're going to take a look at that. This particular gym actually last night, I came out here at about 7 p.m., took this gym like I usually do, and within 5 minutes, the people who had the gym drove back down here and took it back while I was already on the next gym over there. It was ridiculous. Never had that happen before. But anyway, let's take this back. And we're going to use, let's see what's in here. We got a Nidoqueen and a Vaporeon. Okay. So I'm thinking
we're definitely going to use my Vaporeon. And then to beat that Vaporeon, I've got this Venusaur here. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's get to it. Alright, so we have to beat it one more time. I'm going to bring back in that same Venusaur. I don't even have to heal it. I can do this. And we're going to finish it off with Solar Beam. Which is not playing the animation for some reason. Okay. So this gym is now rightfully blue. I'm gonna put in my Executor here, and now we're gonna train this guy up. Wow, this is definitely different. Okay. I'm gonna go with a Pokemon that is a bit less CP than him, obviously. Pinsir for sure. Since Executor is grass and psychic, we're gonna pick something that's either bug, ghost, or dark, or maybe ice or fire. So I'm gonna go with, I have a weaker Cloyster that I think I'm gonna use in the second slot, and then maybe I'll use a Flareon while I'm at it. I don't exactly know how this is gonna work with the 6 against 1 type of deal. Is it gonna be scaled up? Okay, so let's see how many points I get for that. The 675. That seems pretty similar to the way that it used to be. There's a lot of Pokemon in here that I have neglected to heal. Oh, that's funny. I actually just got the Train 100 Times medal. Interesting. So I just claimed another gym, and we're going to test it out with this gym. So since this is my Vaporeon, I'm going to try to find an under 1000 grass type or electric type. I don't think that I have the best matchup for that. Actually, let's see if I can do it with this Victory Bell. So if we want to gain the max prestige from fighting this gym, what I actually have to do is have all of my Pokemon below the half mark. So I'm going to select that Victory Bell right here. And this is going to get annoying if you have to do this every single time. Just going to pick whatever. So let's beat it now, and hopefully I'll see that 1000 prestige bonus. Okay, so this time I got the 1000 bonus because all of my Pokemon were below that half mark. If you want to be able to get that 1000 prestige bonus from battling the gym and training it up, what you're going to have to do is have all 6 of your Pokemon that you bring to the battle under half of that first Pokemon CP, which, the way I see it, there's going to be about 2 ways now to prestige gyms. Basically, you either beat the first Pokemon and run, in which case, every single time you enter the gym, you're going to have to make sure that all 6 of those Pokemon that you bring in are less than half CP, and every single time it's going to switch to your recommended Pokemon, which odds are they're your better, higher CP ones, so you're going to have to switch those every single time as you enter and exit, which is going to stink. Or if the gym has a low range of defenders in it, basically, let's say the first Pokemon is 2000 CP and the top Pokemon in the gym is 2500 CP, you might be able to beat all of them with your 6 that are under half of that first one, but it might be a little challenging if you're doing even less than half for that last one because it's 2500 against your, like, let's say 1000 attacker. So that might be challenging. But also for gyms that have a Pokemon that's like 1000 CP in the first slot and 2500 in the last slot, that's going to create a lot of problems when it comes to your prestiging, because if you bring all Pokemon under 1000 to beat that first one, you're going to have a lot of trouble when it comes to beating that last one. If you're going to bring 6 500 CP Pokemon to beat that first 1000 one, you're not going to be able to beat that 2500 at the back of the gym. So basically, the only way that you're going to be able to steam through the entire gym and get that good prestige amount is if the gym's CP levels are all relatively close by and you can actually beat them with your 6. So I think in a future update, what we're going to need is either a button on that gym screen where you're picking your team that says select the team from last time instead of recommended, or some kind of change there, because it's going to be really annoying picking all 6 of your team every single time you re-enter that gym, especially if you're looking at Pokemon that are like 2,000 plus, 3,000 plus at the top of your list. You're going to have to scroll down every single time and pick those 6 and then go back into the gym and fight that. So here's hoping.
So that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't have the update yet in your app store on your phone, just hold out for a couple of days. They tend to stagger these updates and it tends to roll out slowly to people. So if you don't have it yet, don't worry. At least now you'll know everything that you need to know for when you actually get it. There's still a couple of days left for the Play Store giveaway cards, so if you want to enter to win, head over to this video up here. Also, be sure to leave me a comment in the comment section down below and let me know how you feel about this update. If you're mad that we didn't get trading yet or anything else really big and we're still kind of getting these smaller updates, or if you actually like the changes made with this update, be sure to let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Alright, so we're going to do a quick triple Venusaur evolution, and we're going to see whose comes out with the highest CP and the best moveset. We ready?
No.
Got your Bulbasaur open. Get the camera ready.
Serious?
Considering iPhones can't record screens for some reason.
This bad girl.
Oh, this guy. Ready?
Mark.